Welcome to the Orca, and time to celebrate the ICBA. The Independent Contractors Businesses Association has been recognized by the Campaigns and Elections magazine in the United States. Now, these awards are international awards recognizing the best in the world. Jordan Bateman is the Vice President of Communications for the ICBA and joins us here today. Hello there.
Thanks for having me, Rick. And all of our trophies.
How'd you get them all home?
Well, I had to carry them on through luggage, but it's kind of fun because you're like explaining to the transportation safety lines, oh, no, they're awards, they're trophies. No, sir, come right through. It was fantastic.
This might be a little bit like inside baseball to some people, but tell us about the Reed Awards and what they recognize.
Yeah, the Reed Awards have been around for a couple of decades now. They're handed out by a group called Campaigns and Elections in the States. And it's a very American kind of system where they give out dozens of awards for the best in campaigns and in political advocacy around the world, but they have Republican categories and Democratic categories in all the U.S. awards. Yeah, so you have all these great Republican companies and they all have red in the name, and then all the Democrats have a blue in the name, and they all win these things. For us as a Canadian trade association, we find this important because we want to compare our advocacy efforts to the best in the world. Americans spend something like $8 billion a year in election cycles. We do not spend $8 billion a year in Canada on elections. So trying to compare ourselves to them is a good measuring stick. You compete in various categories. Again, some are Canadian, and we won 2 Canadian awards. Some are international, so everywhere but the United States. We won 2 of those. But then this year we broke through, and we also won 2 awards that were open to the entire world, which means we actually defeated American counterparts to win these big awards.
And which ones were those?
Well, 2 we're incredibly proud of. One is Best Web Video Public Affairs, and this was for our Big Gas ad campaign. And it was really the hit of the show. The award host actually broke format to call our ad genius, sent it out in a recap of the winners. It was the #1 thing. Oh, Canada was the big banner headline. And they really love that video. And we think it's the first time, we asked the Reed Awards folks, we're pretty sure it's the first time a Canadian video has actually won those overall awards, taking on the Americans head on. And then something a little bit closer home for us at ICBA, we won Trade Association of the Year, which is a huge honor and really a tribute to the kind of advocacy training and other work that we do here at ICBA, and one that we'll be bragging about all year, you can bet it.
How does the ICBA differ from other major trade organizations and associations?
Well, we have a board of directors who are not afraid to push for a strong economy. So, our board of directors are made up of construction company owners, the independent contractors. And they've realized through years, decades in the business now, that a strong economy creates the conditions where people build stuff. And ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want our members to be able to build more stuff, whether it's schools or roads or houses or infrastructure. So they do whatever it takes to push us to do as much as we can to build a strong economy. What can we do to advocate for good public policy? So ICBA, we kind of joke around that, with our friend trade associations, the BC Chamber of Commerce and the Vancouver Board of Trade and the BC Business Council, we're kind of the militant wing of the movement. We're not afraid to, go after the government hard, no matter what the stripe, if they're doing things that we think are contrary to building a strong economy and building the conditions where we build stuff.
Well, it certainly is blinding, all the glitz and glitter. Congratulations, and continue to do what you do, representing how many people in BC?
Yeah, so we're now 2,100 companies.
Which represents what portion of the workforce?
We have about 75,000 people that our employers employ, and there's about there's about 250,000 people in BC who work in construction, so it's a big chunk of the construction workforce. The Trade Association Award, advocacy gets a lot of the public attention, but we train directly almost 4,000 people a year. That doesn't count what all of our employers do. We have 1,100 direct apprentices. We're the single largest sponsor of apprentices in the province of BC. That doesn't count the hundreds, maybe thousands more that our members do. And then we have this benefits company that provides top class health, retirement benefits for our workers. So all that kind of packaged together is really what makes ICBA special and why we were recognized with this award.
Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.